Hey y'all, it's Celt, and there's a video going around of what peaceful protesters in the state of Tennessee experienced when they left the Capitol building, and we need to talk about it. Roll clip.
Into the tree where I told you to run, so we'd both be free.
So I talked previously about what's been going on with legislative bodies in states like Tennessee and Montana, especially in Tennessee with Representative Jones and Representative Pearson, and this video is related to that. With the temporary expulsion of Representative Jones and Representative Pearson from the legislative body of Tennessee, there was protest at the Tennessee Capitol building. When protesters were leaving the Tennessee Capitol building, this is what they were met with: an army of Tennessee state troopers standing in a pseudo formation. And there's a lot of speculation about why the state troopers and law enforcement were doing this. There's speculation that because you can see in the video that some of the lights on the body cams are on, that they're trying to gather video evidence of who the protesters are for later use with facial recognition. And that's probably somewhat true. We've seen it before with law enforcement standing out of concert venues in other states, actually holding up a cell phone camera and recording people as they enter and exit the venue. And while those instances are much more covert than what is happening here, it is possible that police would use body camera footage to collect faces and possibly form identifications later for targeting and arrest. As for the legality of that, I'm not an attorney, so I can't really answer is that legal. But that leads us to the second reason why they would have police lined up in such a way. This forces the protesters to walk by the majority of the officers, allowing those officers to get a good look at the person's face. Every officer there is attempting to look at the face and the physical characteristics of every single protester that walked past them, trying to retain a mental picture of what that person looks like. This will allow each police officer there to create a memory bank of troublemakers for future identification. This is why when you go to protests, it's very important that you cover up identifying features, such as removing jewelry, not painting your nails, or dressing the way that you would normally dress in public. If I were to go to a protest, all of my jewelry would be removed, my nails stripped, and my signature look of flannel and cap would be changed out for a simple nondescript long-sleeve shirt. I would purposely wear a long-sleeve shirt because as a ginger I'm covered in freckles and I have tattoos on my arms. My tattoos are not flash art. They are distinct to me and easily stand out when compared to other tattoos on someone's forearms. The beard, the eyes, the structure of the face, the receding hairline, I'm stuck with all that. But the ultimate goal would be to make myself look like every other balding, bearded, middle-aged white dude and just blend in. But ultimately, the body cam footage and the visual recognition is the byproducts of the ultimate reason those troopers are standing like that. That is a show of force and an intimidation tactic. The Capitol building has cameras. They ultimately don't need the body cam footage. It helps, but it's truly not necessary. What is necessary for law enforcement to do its job is an aura of fear and intimidation. Law enforcement does not enforce laws through respect. They enforce laws through intimidation and fear. You listen to law enforcement out of the fear that they're going to either beat the crap out of you, put you in cuffs and take you to jail, or just straight up shoot you. Not a single person in this country has ever been pulled over by a police officer and happy about it. No one says, I'm really glad that officer pulled me over to make sure that everything was safe. I really respect them for that. That show of force was to continue that aura of fear and intimidation, to show those protesters just how big the cops are. It was to force those protesters to walk past that line of police officers, with those protesters knowing that at any moment, the police could just start arresting people. That feeling of nervousness as you walk past the police, knowing that even though you were doing your best to obey the laws and to peacefully exercise your rights, the tides could turn at any minute. A cop's in your way and you accidentally bump into him, congrats, assault on a police officer. So yeah, this is the legal intimidation of people just exercising their First Amendment rights. So when you go protest, remember to make yourself nondescript. Have a plan. Have a backup to your plan. Have a backup to your backup plan. And as always, stay vigilant, stay safe. I love you all. And remember, there are more of us than there are of them.